Yang, 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 yang. Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Coach Jones, back up in the gym today, ready to get this work in. I know it's been a while, my friends, but we've had a lot of things in the work for us, and we have a lot of things coming up the pipeline. I'm talking about product unboxings, product reviews, and of course, tutorial videos. So stick with your boy, because things are about to get live around here. Now that we're back on our regular scheduled programming, it's still bulking season, baby. And we gotta go volumetric. That's right, we getting a big pump today, big chest pump, and we doing a cluster style. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you guys like the video on the way in. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this working. Now, our first cluster for the day is going to start right here with the flat bench. And like I said, we're working clusters today, so that's 3 exercises rolled into one set. Now, generally, the exercises that we pick within a cluster will allow one muscle group to rest while another muscle group works. So you get somewhat of a cardiovascular effect because you're constantly moving, even though you're not working the same muscle group continuously. So it allows that muscle group to rest. The other part of it is that we definitely get a great time under tension sort of workout. Lots of tension, lots of volume in a short amount of time. So we're actually going to start here with our flat bench, and we're actually going to superset with another chest movement before we work an opposing muscle movement, which will actually be a peak curl, which is a curl variation. So we'll go for a set of 15 to 20 here. Turn our head around for this one. And we're going to be nice and controlled the whole way. Let's go for 5 more. And now we'll grab our plate and we'll go straight into our plate press. Same thing, 15 to 20 here. Pressing the plate straight out, nice and controlled the whole way. Here's our first 5. We'll see if we can get a 20 for this one. There's 10. Should start to feel the burn right around 10. Here's our 15, 5 more. $20 plate presses, and now we'll go to peak curls. So for peak curls, we'll grab a barbell, we'll sit it right here on our lap. All right, and what we're trying to do is drag the bar straight up our body here. Should get a nice big peak of your bicep at the top of your contraction. Some people call these drag curls, other people call them peak curls. Same thing, we'll go for 15 to 20. Big tight squeeze at the top. Nice and controlled the whole way. Here's our first 10. Let's go for 5 more. There's our 15 P curls. That is our first set of our first cluster. I'm already feeling a great pump for this. We'll do a total of 3 clusters for today, and then we'll move on to our second cluster of the day. Now our second cluster will take place on a bench, but now we're over in a free weight section, and we're gonna move on to some dumbbell movements for our chest. Again, still attacking the chest, keeping the volume high, so the weight's gonna be a little bit more moderate here. And what we're gonna start with in our second cluster will be dumbbell flat bench flies. All right, which if you're truly trying to get a bigger, more broad chest, dumbbell flies has to, whether it's incline or flat, it has to be a staple within your programming. And again, we're gonna keep it volumetric, so we're going for 15 to 20 here, nice and controlled the whole way. Feeling a nice big stretch at the bottom of the movement, big contraction at the top. Here's our first 5. Nice and controlled. There's 10. Let's go for 20. Here we go. So those are our dumbbell flies. Now the second movement within this cluster will be a dumbbell pullover. So we'll go ahead and get set up for that. We'll set our grip, extend that thing overhead, and here we go. Let's get 20 here. Nice and controlled. Keeping our core nice and tight. Here's 10. 10 more. Here we go. Back half, baby. Five more. Let's get it. Last 2. And here we go, last one. Here's our 20 dumbbell pullovers. Now for the last movement within our cluster, which will be rear delt flies with the dumbbells. So we'll go ahead and grab our dumbbells here. Same thing, we're going for high volume, keeping that focus on our rear delt, pushing the dumbbells away. Here's our first 5, keeping it nice and smooth. Here we go, last 5 here. So there we have our second cluster, our 3 exercises. Now we'll do 2 more sets of this cluster, and then we'll move on to our last cluster of the day, which will take place right over here. Our last cluster of the day will take place right here at the cable machine with the straps, with a push, pull, tug combo. And if you've been with me for a while, you already know what exercises are coming, but we'll start here using the strap with some tricep extensions. Again, we're focusing on keeping it volumetric, so we're shooting for 20 reps, getting a nice tight squeeze at the bottom of each one of our reps here. So again, 20 reps, nice and volumetric tricep extension, big squeeze at the bottom, each and every rep that we got here. Here's our first 5. Keep it nice and clean. Elbows are nice and tight. Here's 10. Here we go, last 10. Starting to get a little tight on me. We'll keep the fists together. Big squeeze at the bottom still, 5 more. Last one. So there's our pull. Excuse me, there's our push. Here's our tug. And we got face pulls for these. Obviously, as you guys know, if you really want those nice rounded shoulders, okay, that fullness in your shoulders, you gotta hit that rear delt. So again, keeping it volumetric here, going for another 20, nice and smooth the whole way. Not rocking into it, using that rear delt to pull. Here's our first 10. Here we go, back half. Strong finish on 5. There's our tug. Now we'll get our pull in, which of course, as you know, one of my favorite pull movements or pull circuits, which will be our pyramid curls, and we'll do those right over here by the dumbbells. Now remember, with our curl pyramid, you can choose any curl variation you want. Today we're going to use a concentric curl variation, which we'll do unilateral curls or alternating curls, but we're going to hold in a concentric position rather than in an eccentric or an elongated and stretched position. So we're still going to keep it volumetric, so we're going to go for 15 minimum here. And this is how we start, both of them up, coming down. Here's our first one on 2. Keeping that tension on it, trying to build that pump. Here's our first 5. Once we get to 10, we're going to go bilateral. And there we have it, our curls. So we'll do 5 sets in this cluster. Again, we're going to go lighter and lighter every set. Try to keep the volume nice and high. Really trying to pump as much blood into our arms as we can to finish. And then we are good to go. Another beautiful day, another absolutely phenomenal lift. As you guys can tell from the thumbnail, we got an absolutely amazing pump in today. Chest is feeling nice and pumped up. My arms are feeling nice and pumped up, man.
I'm definitely excited for this year and this beach season coming up, you feel me? Now, if you didn't on the way in, make sure that you guys like the video on the way out. Also, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you can get all the latest updates on videos when I post them and new goals when I create them. If you want the full-length version of today's workout, make sure that you guys head on over to my Patreon where you can access all of the full-length versions of the workouts that I do right here on YouTube. Last but not least, head on over to Instagram, hit Coach Jones with a follow. That is at Coach Jones _ at Coach Jones _. And until next time, peace.